Sometimes my most joyful moments are the moments where I burst into tears and I really feel how much I miss Leah, because I'm experiencing both a tremendous amount of joy and also a deep sorrow at the exact same moment.
Feeling all alone, even though I have a big family. After the funeral, people go back to work, people have to get back to their life. I knew that I needed some help because I fell apart.
As a mom, the only thing you want to do is protect your kids. You grieve, of course, for your loss. But if you have other kids, you really grieve for them too.
I think that's unique for grandparents because you're not supposed to outlive your grandchild. You're not supposed. It's not supposed to work that way.
I was desperate to find grief groups or things where we could connect with other families.
What I love is that the goals of the center in making their presence felt and known to people who are in early stages.
They provide all sorts of support and they let you access it at the pace that feels right to you.
Our work is to support families who are grieving the sudden or unexpected death of their infant or young child.
There is no one single point in time that we work with families. We sit with them in their grief. We learn about their children, their families. It's free, and hopefully we help to shoulder some of the extraordinary pain and burden of what they're going through.
We also are involved in quite a bit of work from a policy perspective as well.
We attend all local county-based child fatality review team meetings and the state child fatality review team so as to prevent these tragedies from happening again. A lot of people think that sudden unexpected infant death and sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, is a thing of the past, and sadly it is not. About 3,500 children die each year for sudden unexpected infant death.
It's our job to figure out why rates are so much higher, and they are. They've been between 2 and 3 times higher in Black and American Native families compared to white non-Hispanic families. Before the baby is even born, they're already at higher risk for something like SUID just because of maternal health not being equal between Black and non-Black families.
We maintain an incredible advisory board that helps to guide and inform our work. This advisory board is comprised of impacted family members and professionals whose work overlaps with child fatality and infant death.
We have a variety of different ways that we remember Leah, and the daycare where she died actually asked if they could have our permission to plant a tree in a playground where she had played, and that has been really meaningful for me to see this tree grow.
Kind of the everyday talking about Lily, keeping her pictures up, keeping her stuffed animal right at the ready, for my daughter. These are just things that help me feel like she's still very much woven into the fabric of our home.
The center started hosting our Walk to Remember in 2017. The idea being that grief is so isolating, and for families to be able to see one another, connect with one another, and have a day that's really about their children and for them and their families.
When I first heard about the center, I sort of stumbled across it on Facebook. I saw a post, and it was about the Walk to Remember. I informed my family, and I got all of them together, all my brothers and sisters. I said, this is what we're going to do every year for Mackenzie.
Sometimes in our culture, folks shy away from grief and don't know how to talk about grief. And this was a space where not only were we talking about it, but we were really celebrating our children and fully acknowledging their life. I knew right then that that was going to be one of the most important days of the year.
So today my family walks in memory of our beautiful Mackenzie, and we all walk together to remember the precious children who left this earth way too soon.
I actually remember the first time that I saw color again after Leah died. I noticed the bright greenness of the leaves, not because I stopped missing Leah, but because I started to learn how to hold my pain and simultaneously be present in the world around me. A level of hope that I never dreamed possible.
I want to use that energy to connect with other people, to create a community where we don't have to feel so isolated and alone in our grief. And the Mass Center has given me an opportunity to do